Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Safe and Sound Texas audio excursion. Well, it's 2025, so it's a new year. So maybe we ought to be looking at some new gear. And to do that, we're going to be looking at the upcoming Southwest Audio Fest. It's coming to the Dallas-Fort Worth area March 21st to March 23rd. Now, this is the second year of the show here at the Anatole Hotel, which is a great location here in Dallas. And I've got the two organizers of the show who've met with me to discuss how things went last year and where things are going for 2025. That's coming up next on the Safe and Sound Texas audio excursion. Well, welcome everyone to the Safe and Sound Texas audio excursion. I have the honor to have the two gentlemen who are in fact arranging this second annual audio fest here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area called the Southwest Audio Fest. And so welcome Lou Hinckley and Gary Gill. Thanks guys for taking the time.
Hi guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
I talked to you guys last year at the show and it was a lot of fun. First year shows always getting the kinks out and working through the process and all. And we'll talk about the changes now from last year to this year and growing the show. It's great that you're coming back to the area. So welcome back to Texas. We're glad to have you. What are your thoughts about it in terms of, attendance, the vendors and how it went and what type of things 2025 is going to bring that are maybe a step up this year?
Well, that's a lot. I'm going to cut to the last thing you said, which is what's a step up this year.
Yeah.
And one of the big changes that people will see is we were restricted to a very small number of large exhibit rooms last year. It's the big rooms where the big brands come in and they spend a fortune, big display. It's really the wow factor. We have about tripled the number of those rooms this year. Great. So we have as many big exhibit rooms as pretty much any other show in North America. And they're all full and they're all big acts. It's, that's exciting. There's a lot to see.
We're at 20 rooms, 20 large rooms?
Yeah, I think we're at about 20 large rooms.
Okay.
And this is ballrooms and large suites, and the Anatole, a suite in the Anatole is large, because as you know, those presidential suites are the real deal. That president stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But anyhow, I think that's something really special this year is that we just have, it's a big production. There's all these really big names coming in and big stuff. Audio Research is going to be just, debuting a whole bunch of new products and just a lot of things going on. So that's one thing that's different for this year.
Sure. Yeah. The Anatole's a little different. It's a unique layout. It's the way the rooms are accessed from the interior of it and the hallways that it has to go to the rooms. It really is a bit shocking sometimes for people. As we were talking before we started here, the Anatole, being a local here, I can tell you the Anatole is not your average hotel at all. And as you said, it's had presidents there. Ironically, I just told you guys a story. I met Ross Perot there years ago. And, you never know who is going to be at the Anatole, literally. I've driven around that area and seen, like cavalcade of Secret Service cars and things, and you don't necessarily know who's there, but just the aura and the experience of being there. You folks that are coming in, it's a great treat to stay there because I'm local and I would love to stay there myself because it's just such a nice place. People go there for staycations on weekends and, it's just an experience. So this isn't your average venue of a show, I would say. Right, guys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I reading more about the Anatole and experiencing it there, It is actually the largest arts and sculpture collection of any hotel in the country by far. You know, I mean, just tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars in art on display there. It's, you know, it's amazing, you know, walking through there. It's just, you
It's
know,
like a little city almost, you know.
it really is a very cool, very nice city. You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the food and the restaurants are truly amazing. So you almost don't need to go anywhere for the
Yeah,
for the
you don't need to
entire
go
weekend.
anywhere. You're right.
Coffee, food, top of the line, you name it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The restaurant,
I'm
the
sorry.
restaurant on the 27th floor. I forgot the name of that.
Yeah, I think it's the 27th floor is the Sarah Steakhouse, which
Sarah,
is a
correct.
very,
yeah,
very high end.
right.
Wow,
It's
impressive.
amazing
And
food.
what a spectacular view of the city.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Spectacular view.
Yeah,
And,
even the rooms you go in for the audio, some are up there 13th, 15th floor,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
You have great views.
Yeah.
right.
It's pretty amazing. And it's like you say, you never have to go out. And then we, you know, Gary and I, with Johnny from Snake River Audio, put together 2 nights of great live music.
Oh, yes, you did.
So, you know, so it's you know, it's all there. You've got all the audio, there's great audio, everything. Records. I think you're curious about records. We've got, you know, 2 large vendors coming in that are going to have, you know, thousands and thousands of records for sale in the marketplace, and they're all curating them. So it's they know not to bring junk; they bring nice stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I found
we
2
also-
records there. But I found 2 records there last year that I've been looking for like 5 years.
Yeah. Well, this is
We
the kind of
also
stuff.
we sent posters out to all the regional record stores. So we're hoping to draw not only additional folks from the record stores, but also audiophiles or the end users from those record stores. You know, regionally, all the adjoining states, all the cities around Texas. So we're hoping that we have a major increase in the attendance of the show. You know, last year we had approximately 1,500 attendees, visitors. So we're hoping that we get to 2,500 this year. We're hoping. So we've done a lot of homework. We've done a lot of advertising. We put the word out on social media. So we're hoping we get a much larger a growth of visitors and attendees.
I'm sure it's going to grow. And what, you know, the thing is, this is our 2nd year, and that we have this many, you know, heavy hitter vendors this year.
Right.
For the 2nd year, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Attendance, we all have to understand that it takes years to build that attendance up. You know,
It does.
Shows like Capital Audio Fest. You know, what is this, your 14th year coming up now, 15th?
Yeah, this year will be the 14th year. Yes.
14th year. And, you know, it probably took a good, you know, 6-8 years to really get attendance up to where it was, you know, totally happening. And Expo was the same. All these shows, it takes years to build the attendance, but we are growing. And people have faith in this show because it has so much potential here.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that
scrolling through these, you do have a ton more vendors.
And I can tell you that we had a lot of positive feedback from last year's vendors saying that they really do see the potential. And they said all the attendees, they said they couldn't believe how well received and how many amazing conversations and even how many sales they made last year. It was just good to hear. We had such great feedback from last year's vendors. And then therefore it's led into more vendors coming, more rooms, and more of everything. So we're really excited about it.
There's your record row, huh?
Actually, you know what? The flip, they're not there, but
oh no.
But we have 2 other great vendors, and
okay.
This year, what we've done is the marketplace, which is at the center of the atrium. It's the center core of the show.
Right.
that has the records are in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be very, very active there. It's the marketplace is almost sold out, all the booths. Like I said, we've got 2 record vendors there. Each will have around 6 tables, so they'll have thousands of records. But yeah, so they'll be, and it's right in the center of the show, the very heart of the show.
And I think we truly appreciate how actually the hotel kind of forced us into it, but the way we started off in the atrium, it's really to our advantage to be able to be semi-isolated, fill the atrium, and then when you go up to the 14th, 12th, and 11th floors, you see the excitement. You see everybody in the atrium, and then you go up and you go to each floor. It's been really, really helpful. And then you go down to the, I think it's the mezzanine level, which is actually the 2nd floor, and then you go to almost more than half of the large meeting rooms.
Oh yeah,
it's a really well laid out hotel, and allows us for years of growth.
So the big rooms are all on the 2nd floor, and
Primarily.
those rooms you can actually get to by just walking up some steps. You don't even have to get in an elevator to get to those.
They have an escalator even.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Right.
They do.
I want to say that when you come in, the main entrance is actually way to the other end of the hotel. That's where the tower is. And then we're at the East Atrium entrance. And then you come in that entrance, the East Atrium, as you say, we're right directly to the left of it.
Okay.
But you don't,
Yeah,
you go for the East Atrium entrance.
right.
Because the hotel is just enormous.
Yeah.
There's 2 main entrances, and the real main entrance is at the towers, which is about a half a mile away.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
I think it literally is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge complex.
Right. Yeah. So the building sits on what we call a feeder road, which goes alongside the highway.
Right.
And so that main entrance is parallel to that.
Right. The East Atrium entrance. Correct.
Yeah. Right. So it is a huge place, and it's something that you have to. You just got to figure out where to park. That's the main thing.
There's plenty of parking. It's just go towards the East Atrium.
Right.
That's the signs to follow.
And that's right. And that's off the road that is the perpendicular to the feeder road there.
Right, feeder road, yeah.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So from that perspective then of the space that we have and showing the number of vendors that you've had added to it, you mentioned that they saw good success last year from a first year effort, which is probably why you're getting so many, additional ones this year. I would think.
Well, as Gary mentioned, they saw the potential, and most of our vendors are, they're professionals. They've been in this for a long time. We have there are some guys that are starting up, and we try and help them, but most of these guys are pros, and they know the industry, and when they see a show like this and a venue like this, they see the potential and the demographics of the Dallas area, the whole, you take from Oklahoma City down to Houston, that whole area, even Phoenix, we've got people, it's an amazing demographics for audio. So these are vendors that are experienced. They see, wow, this is worthwhile. And if we have, light to moderate attendance for a few years, great. We're building the show. They're helping to build the show. And we Gary and I both really appreciate that, because that literally is the attitude of most of our vendors. They know they're trying to help build a show, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, and Dallas has 2 fairly large airports. So you have some flexibility. Love Field is downtown. So this is north of downtown, and the DFW International is a little bit further west. So you've got your major carriers pretty much at DFW, and Southwest mainly at Love. So there's flexibility within flexibility for that.
Yeah.
So,
the hotel doesn't offer a shuttle from any of the airports.
Yeah. Well, they're a little further Yeah, they're not really close to
Just
the airport.
outside of shuttle range, but they're, depending on the time you get in, the Uber ride is not that expensive. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, for sure. So what kind of generally, since you guys do other shows and everything, what kind of trends have you kind of been seeing in equipment in any way, shape, or form related to where people are focusing in the product business, or where, let's say, the price points are shifting, or anything you guys could share that you maybe have at a high level have seen?
I'll let Gary start that one.
Okay.
There's since I'll say from the Capital Audio Fest. Last year we had about 5,000 attendees, and we had 125 rooms, of which were maxed out. What I see is the trend, the ongoing trend. No matter what speaker style you're going with, I saw there's still this trend, this race for the best DAC, and there's DACs coming out left and right. Many of them are Chinese based, but there's a lot of high-end DACs, European DACs, and American DACs that are really competitive. There's even some inexpensive DACs in the hundreds of dollars versus the tens of thousands of dollars. Also, I see the analog is strong, and for some odd reason, reel-to-reel tapes are really strong in the Dallas and Texas area, but yet analog, you got turntables and cartridges are coming out like crazy, and really high-end, high-quality arms, moving coil cartridges, phono stages, etc. Even now, there's an optical cartridge by DS Audio, not plug for them, but so they're, I'm a fan of all the different styles, whether it's mono or moving coil stereo, or now the optical. So there's all kinds of really high quality sources coming out. We also, sorry to keep going, but last year at Capital Audio Fest, we had 3 different electrostatic companies, and a lot of trainers coming out now from Sound Lab to Diptyque. Magnapan came to the Capital Audio Fest. They won't be Southwest, but we have Potpourri is coming to Southwest. We have Sound Lab, and and it's just amazing. These planers are coming back, and most of them are more efficient than they were in the past. So you can drive them with a moderately powered tube amp, or go back to your solid state. But those are the trends that I saw.
Yeah. There's and also dipole. There's been a lot more dipole speakers.
Right.
So there's a lot of. It's funny, as well, most of I own Daedalus Audio, so a speaker manufacturer, and I box style speakers. So I hate to say, there's been a real movement of a lot of other types of speakers than box style speakers, which used to kind of control everything.
Right.
The trend I think that I see the most was kind of 2 things, and they're a little bit opposite. One is people doing more, bigger and bigger, better and better, searching for the ultimate. You got these big beautiful granite speakers from Acora, and YG and all these companies. Are just amazing stuff. Von Schweikert, big systems. But then what I'm seeing a lot of is more affordable, smaller systems. There's a lot of focus on that, especially in both the electronics and speakers. I mean, we've seen some companies coming in that they have a small speaker. The same company does the electronics, the speaker, everything, and very affordable, very good sound. And I've seen a lot of real growth in that area. People are trying to, build smaller systems that are affordable. There must be, the demand is there, and there's a lot of that at the shows. Real growth in that. I think that's what's jumped out at me. I don't know. What do you think, Kerry?
If I could add a little bit to that, I'm now seeing Class D and GAN-FET amplifiers coming on board.
Yeah.
Where before, well, still Class D is not for everyone, but GAN-FET, there's a few companies putting major effort into, the quality, not just power, but the sound quality.
Yeah.
And, we've got a couple coming, AGD and Infigo. Who else we got coming? I think those two primarily, but we have a couple, maybe a few others coming. But that's another direction that I see as a trend.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that shows it's not stagnation, I guess I would say, as it relates to the market and the product variants.
Right.
Sometimes people, there's these things where people get into such and such is dying off, or such and such is going away. And vinyl in the last 9-12 months, people have started to say that because, we had some really peak times during COVID and, all that. So, but when you go compared to 2019 or 2020 or 2018, you realize you're still way more than what you were back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good to see that the lower price points, I think, because that's how you get people into this audiophile genre. You start smaller, smart money going at these, because not everybody has, 5-6 figures to throw at an audio system. Most people don't.
Right.
So I'd say that's smart, because man, once you get hooked,
gateway drug.
Yeah, it's exactly. I would say it's just like a drug. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been likened to a drug dealer more than once. It's true.
Yeah.
But
how long does it take to set up? Do you just go in like on Thursday to set up then before the Friday start?
Yeah, most of the rooms. I mean, officially it's Thursday morning. We open up the rooms. Some of the big guys will negotiate, and we're able to sometimes negotiate where they can come in a day earlier to set up. But it's pretty amazing watching how quickly they do this work. They set up the show, and by Thursday night they're dialing it in, and then of course the end of the show Sunday, it's like the old MASH show with a bug out. Wow.
Mass scramble.
Yeah, but by Friday morning, it's looking good. Now, Gary, can I mention what we're going to do in 2026 in terms of the show dates and hours?
Yeah, you should, or what we're considering. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a contract signed, so we're there.
Breaking news.
Well, yeah, breaking news. We realized last year that Dallas is a little different market than most of the country. Sunday is two religions going on, church and football. And, it's the attendance is not that good on Sunday. So we weren't able to do anything for this year, but we thought we'd experiment for 2026. So in 2026, our show hours will be Thursday from 2 to 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday will both be normal 10 to 6 p.m. show hours. And then Sunday is when they'll tear down the show.
Yeah.
But we're going to try it a little differently so that, people won't be trying to choose between watching their favorite football game or going to an audio show, but they can head in after work on Thursday.
Sure. No, that's an excellent adjustment, I think, to make for next year, not this year.
Yeah.
I think to add to that, there was the trend after COVID that many more people work from home. So initially they were sneaking out, but now they don't have to. They just plan accordingly. They come to the show for a few hours of the day, and maybe they get put in their hours another day. But we started seeing that the Friday traffic was really, really busy, and Sunday's always been slow. So as Lou said, we're going to try Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I think that's good. And
busy Thursday, busy Friday, and same as Saturday's always the stellar day.
Sure. And you guys have these, you have seminars, and this live music in the evening is great. Local wine, beer, spirit tastings. You have this hi-fi marketplace, of course,
Right.
but that evening activity is a way to get to know other people and network. And so, those are great. And again, if you go to Thursday next year, then you've got, another night where people can chill out a little bit during their work week.
Right.
Right.
And about the music this year, actually, Johnny from Snake River Audio, he found the bands and did a great job. And Friday night we've got a Texas blues band. Kind of a trio. Bass, guitars, drums, and I'm looking forward to that. It's just a real Texas style blues, and
Right.
and then Saturday will be more of a Texas style jazz trio. Maybe they might have a couple extra members come in. But what we're doing this in a ballroom right off the marketplace, and we're going to give there'll be a cash bar there. We'll have a buffet with free food for people as long as it lasts, and it'll be kind of a nightclub type seating, with cocktail tables and so on. So we're going to have even though it'll be a ballroom, it's not going to be like, there will be some rows of chairs, but basically we're going to make it more of a fun type where you can hang out, have a drink, talk, listen to some great music.
Sure.
Great.
And the hotel's even giving us a stage. So.
Oh yeah, it'll be a really nice setup there.
Right.
And for the vendors, any vendors watching this, please remember Thursday night we have our meet and greet, and they'll be in that same ballroom, and with free food and drink for the vendors on Thursday night. So
great. Well, good. Well, I wanted to show everybody too that your pricing on going to the show and some special information for that. You have on your webpage, of course, hotel reservation discounting, and a click there to get to that. If you have any issues, let Larry, Lou, or Gary know about that. As it relates to the ticketing, you can do online ticketing through March 19th. And multi-day is $40, a single day is $25. But if you're 18 or under or a student with an ID, you don't pay anything. Right. So that's a great opportunity to get some younger folk or people in college to get to see this equipment without having to pay anything. That's wonderful. Yeah. And additionally, a military discount with proof of ID, therefore $10 off of either ticket price. So that's wonderful that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, that's active military.
Yes.
Well, but and we've Gary and I try and make this show accessible and fun for everybody, and that's one reason that if you look at all the other shows in the country, except for Capital and Pacific, but our shows, the ticket prices are the lowest of anybody's.
Okay.
Because we're we want people to come in. We want not just people that can spend 5-6 figures on a system coming in. If it's $80 for a weekend ticket, that's good. That's at the point where there's a lot of people that are not going to come in. People that want entry-level systems are going to go like, yeah, that's too much. Right, and we try and keep it so it's open to everybody this way.
Yeah. No, I think it's more than reasonable given prices today, to be honest. And I'd say just the experience of going to the Anatole and seeing it along with it is kind of a cherry on top.
And it gets that ticket price gets you in free admission to the live music.
There you go.
So live music is not free, So
that's right. And some food there too, as long as it lasts, guys.
As long as it lasts.
It's always a good caveat to put in there.
Well,
yeah. Well, you guys, people never appreciate in my mind how much it takes to put things together, all the logistics and everything. So I want to personally thank you on behalf of our region for coming down here and taking a chance on us and coming back now, because this is, for those of us that maybe don't get to the other shows, this is an excellent opportunity to see the gear and to meet other people.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So you all have a great travel getting to Dallas Fort Worth. We hope none of those spring thunderstorms are in gear, because you never know what the weather is going to be like in Dallas.
Well, there's that. Well, the second annual Southwest Audio Fest show hours will be Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Friday and Saturday we'll have live music. The music will start at 7 p.m. The doors will open about 6:30 p.m. and there will be free food as long as it lasts, with a cash bar. Those are going to be really nice events.
And the dates are the 21st,
all day long.
March 21st to 23rd, correct?
March 21st to 23rd. That's correct. And
very good.
we've got some really great seminars lined up also that will happen, all 3 days during the day.
Sure do.
Are we going to have the Bring a Record, I'll Clean It For You guy there?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Charles,
yep.
yeah. Charles Kermis. He
Yep.
doesn't miss a show.
He doesn't miss a
Yep.
show.
I don't think he's probably done more audio shows than anybody else in the business.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt
he's a
that.
great guy.
Like the character. Cody.
Oh, yeah, he's a
Great
character.
but a heart as big as all outdoors. Great
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
And he's a believer. I've seen many people bring a record and he's cleaned them and they've been amazed with the outcome. So,
Yeah.
well, great. Thanks again, you guys, for joining me today, and
Thanks, Dave.
I'm wishing you great success.
Thank you,
Thank
Dave.
you.
We really appreciate it.
Take care.
We look forward to seeing you in a few months.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So join me here in the DFW area, March 21st to 23rd at the Southwest Audio Fest. If you happen to see me milling around, come on up and say hello. I'd really like to meet you and have a chat. These are great venues for having those kind of networking discussions and meeting new people, seeing new things, new equipment, and just chilling out a bit from the busy day-to-day that we all have. So as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so by clicking on the bell and picking the all option. A thumbs up or like is appreciated, as are your comments. If you have any questions for me that I can pass along to Gary or Lou and return a reply to you, I'm more than willing to do so. So as always, thanks for watching today, and we'll catch you next time on our next Safe and Sound Texas audio excursion. Take care, everybody.